So I've got these 3 dolls left. What are we going to do to them? One thing I definitely want to do is take this little screamer thing apart and put the components inside one of these. Probably this one. That must be the circuit board up there with a push switch on it. Yeah, there we are. And then that's the LDR, light dependent resistor. And that looks like that's held in place with hot glue or something. So that's 3 AG13 or LR44 batteries. So each one of those is 1.5 volts, same as a AA battery. Yeah, that came out alright. Just held that in front of something hot for a little while. One of my hot lights. That melted the glue and it pulled out nicely. This might take a bit of explaining what I'm doing here. I've got the skull screamer thing here. I've got a couple of wires, one going to the negative terminal of the battery and the other going to one leg of the speaker, so that when power goes to the speaker it's also coming along to here. This circuit board over here is an H bridge that I bought for using on my little radio controlled cars. And what it does is when we put a signal into these terminals here, then that little circuit board there passes current from an external battery out on these leads that would normally go to an electric motor like this one, but instead I've diverted the wires to the LED display. So if I connect it up and then change the light over the so not only do we get the scream, but you also get all the LEDs light up. It's just a bit of a coincidence that I got all those circuit boards and bits and pieces together. They're not designed to go together like this. If I disconnect the LED and connect up this little electric motor, stick something on it, so we've got a couple of options there. I can get my LEDs to light up, or I can spin an electric motor just by tapping into the speaker. Still playing with using this H bridge to drive LEDs in this case. What I've done at the moment is just stuck a string of LEDs inside this dolly. So if I connect up the H bridge again and shine a light on the detector, I like that better than those pretty coloured lights. What I'm doing now is getting some of the LEDs down into each leg, some into the arm. I'll do the same there. We should have a few left over for a couple of extra in the body and some up in the head. It's quite a large head, so I should be able to get that battery in, which is an old mobile phone battery. And the speaker and the circuitry. And we need to put the light detector, I would think, in the mouth, because there's already a hole just there, so we can widen that out a bit. And that should do. Just a quick check. Yep, getting closer. Just to show you what I've done, the circuit board out of the screamer, as it was called, I've just put a bit of double-sided tape and stuck it on the back of my H bridge. I've got a wire from the speaker going to one of the inputs on the H bridge, and then because I'm using a common battery now, the negative from the battery is going to the other input on the H bridge, and then I'm going to use this old phone battery as the power for all of it, and I'll probably hang it outside so I can just plug it and unplug it rather than worrying about the on-off switch, which I should just leave inside. In fact, I'll probably put another bit of double-sided tape on the back of the speaker and stick it on top of there, and put the on-off switch in there as well, so it's all in one little pile hanging in the middle of the head there somewhere. Oh, you can just about see in there where I've got the light sensitive resistor in her mouth. Well, we're almost there, but we've got a problem. That head is incredibly sound deadening. I'll have to give her some fairly major surgery. I'm going to cut open her chest and put the speaker just there, or at least I'll cut open the back and push it through from the back. There's the speaker now. I always feel better when I've been able to put a bit of hot glue somewhere. I melted some holes straight in her chest. A little bit dark in here. You'll be pleased to know I've put her clothes back on. And if we put a torch on her, so that seems to work. I wonder what we'll do for the next one. That was a good example of one of my projects where I start out going one way and end up in a totally different direction. Halloween's coming.